guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale for fall 2019. I am so pumped. This is one of my favorite times of the year in the beauty world. We're going to be talking through some of the deals that I'm most excited about, the products that I have tried so I can let you know what I think of them or whether I think they're worth picking up, and then the things that I haven't tried that I might be curious about. Now, obviously, in the interest of time, I'm not going to talk about literally every single product on every day, but if there is a product that I don't mention that you've tried and you think it's awesome or you think people should steer clear, feel free to leave a comment and let us know so that way we can all shop a little smarter. So with all that being said, we've got a lot to cover today. The mowers are outside mowing. I don't have time to wait for them to stop because I've got to be out of here in 2 hours, so it's just gonna be one of those days. I'm sorry if there's noise in the background, but hopefully it'll be worth it because we've got some really cool stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna kick things off with the daily beauty steals, and then I'm gonna get into the hot buys. The beauty steals are the products that are 50% off, and each sale only lasts 1 day. Some of these deals are available in store, some of them are only available online, and some of them are only available to Platinum and Diamond members. So I will try to point that out for you guys along the way. The hot buys are available throughout the entirety of the 21-day sale. Those don't usually have as steep of a discount. They're more like 30 to 40% off items. So we'll talk about the things from the hot deals that I'm most excited about at the very end. Also, as one last quick aside, if you are a Diamond or Platinum member at Ulta, you get free shipping on all of the daily beauty steals. So if you add any of them, any one to your cart on any given day, it will ship to you for free, and so will the rest of your order. So if you are, for example, gonna order some of the hot deals, I would definitely wait until a day that has a beauty steal you're gonna buy anyway. All right, so let's kick things off with today's deals. September 1st, we have the Benefit Professional is 50% off. This Lash Food Eyelash Enhancer, and then two different, well, I guess technically 3 different eye creams. 2 are by Peter Thomas Roth, and 1 is by Kate Somerville. Now, I don't think I'm going to be picking up anything in today's steals. The Benefit Professional is a cult classic. It is a nice pore-filling primer, but it's not my favorite. I don't use a ton of really silicone-y heavy primers like that anymore. I feel like they tend to make my skin oilier, actually, so I use them very sparingly, so I probably wouldn't find it worth it to actually buy Professional at the full size price. And then as for the eye creams, the Kate Somerville one has retinol in it. It's the Retinol Plus Firming Eye Cream, and it has really good reviews, it looks like, online. I'm just I'm a little nervous about Kate Somerville. If you guys saw I think it was my 5 brands that excite me and 5 that don't, that was specifically about skincare, I talked about how I had a really bad allergic reaction to a Kate Somerville product once, and it's totally turned me off to the line. So, I mean, that one seems like it would be a good eye cream. Retinol is supposed to do amazing things for fighting wrinkles. It's like a concentrated dose of vitamin A, so I think that's cool to have it in an eye cream. But the Peter Thomas Roth one, also, they are offering a retinol eye cream, although it doesn't have as good of reviews as the Firm X eye cream, which is also on sale. That one is a little bit more expensive than the retinol one. It's going to be $37.50 for the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X eye cream, although the Kate Somerville one, even on sale, is $42.50. Basically, for an eye cream, even at the 50% discount, all these products are pretty expensive. So I'm considering one of the eye creams, but I don't know that I'm necessarily going to get one. So tomorrow, September 2nd, I think people are going to be pretty excited because the Ofra highlighters are going to be 50% off. These are very intense, blinding, glowy highlights. This is a highlight for people that love highlighter. If you're a natural highlight kind of person, the Ofra formula is probably not going to be your favorite. This one I have here is called All of the Lights, and it's a combination of 4 of their best-selling highlights. You have Blissful, Rodeo Drive, Pillow Talk, and Star Island. So I really love having this in my collection because I get a little bit of everything. I don't know if they still make this exact one, but my personal favorites for my skin tone are Blissful and Rodeo Drive. If you're going to get them in the single, I think that Pillow Talk and Star Island are really nice if you have a fairer complexion. So the sale price on these guys is going to be $14.50, which I think is really great. At $29, they are very expensive to buy these normally. So if you've always wanted to try one of these out, pick one of these up, I mean, now is the time to do it. Another really exciting thing tomorrow, and this one is a diamond/platinum exclusive, so if you don't have that status, you can't get this, which sucks. But the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm is going to be half price. So it's only going to be $15 for a full size. And I know so many people swear by that product as being an amazing makeup remover. I think I had a sample of it once and I do believe I liked it, but I've never owned it in full size. So that is something I would consider picking up. I'm pretty good on skincare right now. Like, I definitely don't need this, and that would be the one reason I wouldn't buy it. But $15 is a really good price. Also, just note, this one is only available online, so if you're gonna get it, don't go to the store because they won't give you the deal. All right, so moving on to September 3rd, there's a deal this day that I'm pretty jazzed about because I've been really loving this product lately, and it's kind of hella expensive, so I definitely wouldn't buy this at the full price, but at the sale price, it's not that bad. So I'm talking about the new Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I said it's new. It's not really new. It's new to me because I just got it in my August BoxyCharm box, but I'm pretty sure this launched like sometime last year. Anyway, this is that weird powder that goes on feeling wet, but it's not actually wet, and it's supposed to set down your makeup without looking really dry or cakey, and I've really been enjoying this. I like the way that it looks on my skin a lot. I don't think it looks too heavy or overly mattifying, and even though my skin is oily, I feel like it doesn't make my skin more greasy, or like it doesn't control shine less. So normally this guy retails for $39, which is a lot of money for a setting powder, and you don't get like a ton of product in here. You get 10 grams, and this is supposed to expire after 6 months. So like, I mean, I'm glad they didn't give you too much. It would be hard to use more than this in that time frame, but I just feel like that's a lot to invest in a powder that's not gonna last you that long. But the sale price is $19.50, and I don't think that's that bad for a higher end powder. So again, if this was something that was on your radar and you've always wanted to try it, Tuesday, check it out. And then also on September 3rd, all Butter London lip products are gonna be half off. And I actually really quite like the Butter London lip products I've tried. I feel like Butter London is one of those brands that gets basically almost no recognition. I'm actually wearing their lip liner today. This is the Plush Rush in the shade Really Rose. And then I just topped it off with the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in Luminoso. And it's a really pretty combination. So I think these are gonna retail for like $9 during the sale, which is such a good price. Like, that's what you'd pay for a Maybelline lip liner, and the quality is definitely there. But I also really like their Sheer Wisdom Lush Lip Oils. They're more of like a gel-like glossy lip product, and they're in kind of one of those click pens. I used to have the shade Cinnamon Spice, but I decluttered it from my collection just because it got old, but it is so beautiful. It's like a really pretty Your Lips But Better shade. It's like a perfect purse lip product, like the kind of thing you can just throw in your bag and take with you on the go, reapply it really easily. Super nice. And I realized I forgot to clarify, the Butter London deal is online only. The Becca one, you can also get in store. Moving on to September 4th, so all Bare Minerals concealers are gonna be 50% off, which is awesome. I really like their stick concealer, and I'm almost out of mine. It's funny because when I first got that product, I wasn't really into it, and I don't love how it lays on top of liquid foundations as much. I really like it underneath powder foundations, because to me it almost has the consistency of a stick foundation. It's like a little dry for my preferences for the under eye area, but all over the face to conceal blemishes, to cover up redness. It is perfection. It's super smooth. It's very nice and long wearing. So I ended up really liking that concealer. So for, it looks like they range from $10 to $12 for the sale price, and that's really not bad. Also that day, a bunch of different K-beauty brands are going to be 50% off online only. So it's not every single product from each of these brands that's on sale, but there's like a little selection from each brand. But if you've always wanted to try the Touch in Sol No Problem Primer, this is only gonna be $9, which is crazy. This is a really nice smoothing primer. It's not super heavy and balmy. It's got a more glidey texture, but I feel like it's a little less slippery than the Smashbox Photo Finish. I think this one is like a little bit more hydrating, so I enjoy this, and I thought the original price, like $18, is not bad for this at all, but at the sale price, amazing. Then we move on to Thursday, September 5th, and I know I'm definitely picking up one of the things on this day. So I mentioned this in a recent video, but I'm a huge fan of the Tarteist Double Take eyeliner. This is one of those dual-ended eyeliners that has a felt tip on one side and a twist-up gel pencil on the other. I think the quality of both eyeliners is excellent, works really well, and I feel like it's super convenient. So this guy's gonna be $12 during this sale, and this one that I have right here is pretty old, so I definitely am in need of a new one. And I'm honestly considering picking it up both in black and in brown. I've never owned the brown one, but I do really like brown eyeliner. I honestly wear brown more than I wear black, and I feel like I would get along really well with a brown felt-tipped pen eyeliner. Like, I've never actually owned a felt-tipped eyeliner in a brown shade, and I feel like that I should. So Friday, September 6th, there is yet again another staple that I'm very tempted to restock on. Ulta is coming for my wallet this season. There are so many things in this 21 Days of Beauty sale that I want to buy, and my wallet is not happy about it. So the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara is going to only be $12.50 on Friday, and I do really love this mascara. It's the one that I'm wearing right now. I feel like it makes your lashes look very fluttery but dramatic at the same time. Like, it definitely adds length, definition, and volume, but not too much volume. It's funny because now I've used so many other mascaras since the last time I cracked into one of these tubes, and it's much more fluttery than I remember it being. But I'm really pleased with the way that it looks. I feel like it's a very buildable formula, so you can layer and layer it up and it doesn't get super clumpy and spidery on you. So if you want it to lean a little more natural, you could just go in with one coat, or you could, layer it up and really amp up the volume. I also don't have issues with this smudging on me, flaking on me. Like, it's pretty long wearing, it doesn't irritate my eyes. The only thing I will say is that it is not waterproof, like not even a little bit. The other day, I put my contacts in after having finished my eye makeup, and something got like underneath my contact, so it was really irritating my eye. So I was trying to take the contact out and I couldn't get it out. My eye was watering really bad and I looked like a freaking raccoon. I had black all over the place. Like, as soon as this got wet, it was a disaster. So if you have watery eyes, maybe not this, because it definitely does not hold up super well in water, but otherwise it's a beautiful mascara. And then to wrap up this week, Saturday, September 7th, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer is going to be on sale. So the Brow Definer is the one that has like the more triangular tip to it. It's not the really fine pencil, that's the Brow Wiz. I personally am more of the Brow Wiz style pencil person than the chunky tip because I have much thinner eyebrows, so I almost always make more of a mess with something like the Brow Definer. But I do really like the formula of the Brow Wiz. I love the shade selection. It's one of the best out there as far as brow products go. So definitely, if like the ABH pencils are your holy grail, now is the time to stock up because they're only $11.50. So moving into the second week of the sale, Sunday, September 8th, I am very excited about this. So all of the Too Faced natural palettes are going to be on sale, and I adore these. The natural face palette is one of my favorite face palettes that I own in my entire collection. Okay, first of all, the packaging is stunning on this. This is like a very Instagrammable makeup product right here. It feels super hefty, like it feels really luxe, very nice quality. And then on the inside, you get 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and 2 highlights. So some quick pros and cons on this. All the powders in here, they blend out beautifully. Super easy to work with, just the right amount of pigmentation for face products. I have 0 complaints. The highlights are very shiny and blinding. This shade, Pink Sand, is just the prettiest blush tone. It's very, very natural, neutral, goes with everything. And these 2 bronzers I also really like. I find Tropic Like It's Hot to be a little too much to use all over the face for me because it's a shimmery bronzer. I actually kind of like to use it almost more like a blush and just go in really, really light-handed to give my face like a super sun-kissed kind of look. The downside only comes in 1 shade. So obviously these colors are not going to work for everybody. I think if you're anywhere from tan to deep, deep dark, like this is not gonna be a palette you're gonna get a ton of use out of. Like, you could maybe use Sunny Honey as like a setting powder if you had dark skin. Like, the highlights might look a little ashy on you. Like, I really couldn't speak to how this would show up on dark skin, but my intuition would say it's not ideal. But if these tones would work well on you, if there's something that's up your alley, the formula of the powders themselves is absolutely beautiful. Also, it is scented. So if you do not like smells, you might not like this. It has a vanilla coconut scent to it. I think it's absolutely delicious, but just be aware. The other palette that I have from them is the Natural Matte palette. This is one of the eyeshadow palettes that's, all matte. And I surprisingly reached for this guy a ton. It's really great when I have like a shimmery single shadow and I need some anchoring mattes to create a look. This is one of the palettes I reach for most often. Like, I pretty much go back and forth between this and the Milani Most Loved Mattes. Again, I feel like this kind of suffers the same issue as the face palette in that it definitely favors people of lighter skin tones. You could definitely make these eyeshadows work on you if you had a deeper complexion, but they obviously gave you bigger pans of the lightest shades, because if you have a lighter skin tone, these are the colors you're probably going to use not only as a brow bone highlight, but also to like maybe set down your eyelid primer. So again, for me, these colors are perfect. They may not be everybody's cup of tea. I like that there is a row of warm tones, a row of cool tones, and a row of neutral tones. It gives you a lot to work with. If you like matte shadows, these are very blendable, easy to work with. Like, it's a lovely palette. The only palette I don't have is the Natural Eyes palette, which has a mixture of mattes and shimmers. And I've heard amazing things about that. So like, there's a little piece of me that is very tempted to pick it up. It's gonna be $19 and I'm sure it's a beautiful palette. I just know I don't need it. I have so many eyeshadow palettes and I'm sure I have all of the shades that are in there elsewhere in my collection. But I just, like, I have a little soft spot in my heart for this entire palette range. I think it's beautiful. Moving on to Monday, September 9th. Pretty much everything that's on sale this day is at least a little bit intriguing to me. We have the Urban Decay All-Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. I remember when that first came out, it definitely piqued my interest because the fact that it's very mattifying and waterproof, like, those are things that a girl with oily skin like immediately zones in on. So that's going to be $17. I have so much powder right now. I really don't need it, but I am very intrigued by that. And then the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum is going to be $19.50. And I have to say, I was really bummed that I did not get that product in my August BoxyCharm. Instead, I got, I think, the Tarte Big Ego mascara, and like, I wasn't really excited to try that mascara. It's fine, but I don't love it. I would have much preferred to try this serum. I am testing out some other serums, so I'm kind of like, do I really need this right now? Again, probably not. But $19.50 is not a bad price, and it has almost 5 stars on the Ulta website with 491 reviews. So it seems like it's got pretty positive feedback. It's supposed to be infused with peptides, which are great for helping your skin to naturally produce collagen. So it is supposed to essentially make your skin look as clear and bright as glass. It's supposed to smooth and brighten and do amazing things. So that is certainly on my radar. Then I want to move forward to Friday, September 13th. So all of the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes and highlights are only going to be $14.50. And I actually picked up these very compacts from a past Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. Honestly, these guys are probably way too old and I should be getting rid of them, but they seem fine, so I'm kind of like, So if you've never used a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush, they are definitely a much more stiff formula than some other blushes, but they are very smooth, they are pigmented really nicely, and they are super long wearing. If you get frustrated because your blush fades off your face after an hour or two, you might want to check these out because they are definitely some of the most long-wearing blushes you can get. I have the shade Captivating. This is a really pretty corally peach. I love this one, especially for spring and summer because it's very vibrant, but they have a whole ton of other shades as well. And then the highlight I feel a little mixed about. I definitely would recommend the blushes over the highlights. Like if you were going to pick just one, get a blush. It's not that I think the highlight is bad, it's just a little metallic. This is the kind of highlight that's going to accentuate texture on your skin. So this is the shade Exposed, and it's a really beautiful color. Like, I think it's super flattering. It's kind of that white gold kind of shade. It's very reflective, but to that point, like if you have any kind of acne or bumpiness on your cheeks, this is just gonna make it stand out 10 times more. Also, just so you know, the highlights are scented. The blushes are not. And again, I know some people are really into the scents in makeup, some people really hate it. So if you're not a scent and makeup person, these highlights are not for you. And then the other thing on Friday, September 13th that I'm pretty excited about is that a bunch of Lorac products are going to be on sale. And Lorac is one of those brands I feel like it doesn't really get any love anymore. I feel like a couple of years ago they were on fire. They were doing so many cool collabs and then just boom, nothing. So for the sale, they've got a couple of their tried and true, like old school favorites. All of the unzipped palettes are 50% off. I used to own a couple, but I have since decluttered them from my collection because I just wasn't getting enough use out of them. But what I'm personally very into are their front of the line eyeliners. So they have a brush tip liquid liner, and then they have a like twist up automatic gel pencil liner. And while I haven't used the gel pencil one before, it seems to be really popular. People really like it. The brush tip, however, I have owned, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It is a great alternative to the Kat Von D tattoo liner. Like if you're not purchasing from Kat Von D anymore and you miss the brush tip, Lorac Front of the Line Pro. You should check it out. And then to finish out week number 2, on Saturday, September 14th, we have the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation for only $19.75. Now here's the thing about the Bye Bye Foundation. When that first launched, a lot of people did reviews comparing it to the CC cream that they are famous for, and they didn't seem really all that different. Like the formulas seem very similar, the claims are very similar, they both have SPF 50, so like I really honestly to this day still don't know what makes the CC cream and the foundation aside from the names. Now I love the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus cream. I've gone through multiple tubes in my lifetime. Yes, it makes me overly dewy. Like it's not the most oily skin friendly product, but I feel like it makes my skin happy. It gives me lots of great sun protection, and it's just like a nice everyday product. I don't know why, I like it. And I haven't repurchased it recently because A, I've been testing out a bunch of foundations, and B, it's kind of expensive. So this is tempting. For less than $20, I could finally try the Bye Bye Foundation and actually know for myself if it is the same or different from the CC cream. But I also know that I don't need it. I just got the Flesh Foundation and the Pretty Vulgar one, so I'm like a little guilty at the prospect of buying this. Okie dokie, so moving into the final week of the sale, Sunday, September 15th, we've got some very classic beauty products here that are going to be on sale. The Tartelette in Bloom palette's going to be $19.50. This is a cult favorite neutral, cool leaning palette that has a mixture of mattes and shimmers. Now, personally, I would probably buy the Too Faced palette over this one just because I generally like the Too Faced eyeshadow formula better than I like Tarte's. But you do get more shades in the Tarte palette. That's got 12, whereas I'm pretty sure the Too Faced only has 9. Also this day, the Too Faced Hangover RX line, specifically the priming spray / setting spray and the regular like lotion primer, these guys are going to be 50% off. Obviously, I don't need these right now because I already have them, but I do really enjoy both of these products. They are very nourishing, hydrating. They're infused with coconut water. They feel really refreshing on the skin. A lot of times I use this primer instead of a moisturizer because it gives me and my oily skin enough hydration to make my skin feel prepped for makeup. I think if you had really dry skin, probably wouldn't be enough all on its own, but it would be a nice hydrating primer to layer over your moisturizer in that case. And then this guy I don't like as a setting mist. I think it's too heavy, but as a priming spray, I like it. So if I did my skincare in the morning and I wait a few hours before I do my makeup and I need to kind of like refresh my skin so that way my foundation glides on nicely, just a few quick sprays of this before I start my whole makeup routine works like a world of good. Okay, so moving along to Tuesday, September 17th, the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder is going to be 50% off. This again is a thing that I bought during an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale of years past, and this powder did me well. Now, having had a sample of the matte version of their Perfect Setting Powder, I prefer it to the original because I have oily skin. I think this would be best for people with more normal to combination skin. It's not too heavy. It does set your makeup down, but it's not going to overly mattify. It just kind of like blurs everything out. It's not too heavy. Like it's a really nice setting powder. It's just not the most shine controlling. Then moving on to Wednesday, September 18th, Pure Cosmetics, their eyelashes are going to be 50% off. The first thing I thought of when I saw this was Samantha March because I know she really, really likes their false lashes. I got a pair, I think either in a BoxyCharm. Yeah, I think it was in a BoxyCharm many moons ago, and I really enjoyed them. You can wear them, I think, like 15 times. They look really nice. They seem very high quality. They're all synthetic fibers, so they're completely cruelty free. And they have some really cool styles. They definitely err more on the glam side, if I'm remembering correctly. So I don't know if they have any really natural looking lashes. But if you want something with like a little bit more drama, I think the price is going to be amazing. All right, so moving on to Thursday, September 19th. This one I'm sure is going to excite a bunch of people. Dose of Colors matte liquid lipsticks are only going to be $9. This is like a cult favorite. So many people love this liquid lipstick formula. I personally, I'm not a huge fan of it because it's very drying. I found that these like suck all the life out of my lips, which I don't particularly like. I know they've got some really cool shades. A lot of people are really into like Stone and I forget some of the other ones. So if you don't mind a really matte, dry liquid lipstick, I mean, they're very long wearing and the shades are really pretty. It's just a little, I would caution you before you buy one. Then we've got another, I am 100% buying this no matter what, on Friday, September 20th. This is an online only deal, so don't try to go to the store and get it. But the Beauty Blender Solid Cleanser is gonna be $8. And last year in the fall, I think, they also had this in the sale, and I bought 2 of them. And I will say, the one that I opened lasted me a very long time. I washed a lot of sponges with that solid cleanser, and I still have the second one that I bought. But once this runs out, I'm gonna need a backup because I will not be without this product in my life. It is the best thing to clean your beauty sponges ever. The one word of caution I will say on this product, aside from the fact that once you try it, you will become addicted, is that I don't love it for washing my brushes. For sponges, it's amazing. It will get all the foundation out. It's great. But on my brushes, I find it's just a little too dry. I like something that's a little bit more conditioning. I want to keep my brush bristles nice and soft. I want my brushes to last a really long time, and I just think the soap that's in here is a little harsh for that. And then finally, the last day of beauty steals is Friday, September 27th. And this day, again, lots of good stuff. They are going out with a bang. So we have the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils for $11. Those are cult favorite eyeliners. You do have to sharpen them with an actual pencil sharpener, but they are super creamy and they come in like the entire rainbow and then some. Also this day, the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil is only $12, and I'm definitely considering picking this guy up because I do like those more micro-fine brow pencils, and I have never actually tried this one before. I know it's a holy grail favorite for so many people, so I'm very curious, and I know I'm running low on my ColourPop Brow Boss pencil, and I don't have another micro-fine pencil as a backup right now. And then another deal that I personally don't need, but I know a lot of people are going to be excited about, is the Tarte Shape Tape. So this is a diamond and platinum exclusive product, unfortunately, and it doesn't say online only, although maybe it is. I'm a little unsure about this. I guess we'll have to see when the day actually comes, but this guy is going to be $13.50, which is such a good price for Shape Tape. One tube of this will last you a really long time. Y'all know this is my favorite concealer. This is a relatively new tube, so I'm not going to buy this during the sale. Like, it would be wasteful. I have so much concealer to get through. But if I didn't, I would get a backup of this because I absolutely love Shape Tape. It's super, super full coverage, and it is a little bit drying, but I don't particularly care because it stays put so well on me. And then finally, it's funny, I just talked about this product in my review of Luxury Beauty, but the Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum is going to be 50% off. And I talked about how I like the Peter Thomas Roth Peptide 21 Serum better than this, so if I had to choose between the two, I would pick the Peter Thomas Roth, but it's $40 more expensive. So if you consider this at the sale price, it's, I think, way more worth it. It's still like over $40, but this is a really nice, very lightweight gel kind of consistency serum that has some really great fruit extracts and plant stem cells to help fight signs of aging. To be honest, I would probably purchase the Peach and Lily serum over this one just because I'm excited to try something new. But if I wasn't a YouTuber and I wasn't a crazy person who constantly wants to be trying new beauty products, I think this was nice, and at the sale price would probably be worth repurchasing. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at the hot buys. Now, honestly, I feel like the beauty steals this time around really knocked it out of the park. I'm less impressed with the hot buys. Like, at a first glance, there really isn't anything that I personally am like, ooh, I need to buy that. So, like, Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzers are 30% off. I've heard they run a little red in tone, which is why I'm kind of like lukewarm about the idea of buying them, but if that's on your wish list, might be good to know. The Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, it has been a hot minute since I've used one of those. They're very long wearing, but they're also matte. They're a little bit dry, but there was a shade, and I wish I could remember the name of it, that I had a sample of that I got in a Birchbox, and it was like this fiery coral. Oh, it was so pretty. Then you have both velour lashes and lily lashes. All of their faux mink styles are 30% off. I've always wanted to try the lily lashes, Miami lashes. Are those faux mink or regular mink? I'll have to look that up. But I've generally enjoyed velour, and I've wanted to try more of their faux mink lashes because I'm really not into the idea of wearing mink lashes. So normally those are very expensive, so it would be nice to get them at a discount. Also, we have the Nude Sticks Magnetic Matte and Luminous Eye Colors, buy one get one half off. I have some of the Magnetic Matte Eye Colors, and they are awesome. The shade Terra and the shade Fig are the two that I have, and I think Terra is the one I wear more often. It's like a warm-ish neutral mid-tone brown, and it is like the best thing to throw into your crease for like an easy makeup look. It blends out so nicely with a brush. It's really creamy, but then like once it sets, it doesn't move. Then the Smith & Colt Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation is going to be 30% off. This is another one I have not really heard any feedback on. I'm very curious about it. I've been really into trying foundations that nobody else is talking about, but I feel like I should take a little bit of a break because I did just buy 2 new foundations. I probably don't need to get a third right now. Then Butter London mascaras are all on sale for $14. The double decker one is really good. I had it in a BoxyCharm box and I like that one a lot. It was very volumizing. And I was very excited to see this. The Zoeva Caramel Melange eyeshadow palette is going to be 30% off. It's funny, I own the Cocoa Blend palette, but I wish I had the Caramel Melange. I had picked up the Zoeva Cocoa Blend at this little drugstore in New York City because it was the only place I could find anywhere near me that carried Zoeva. I didn't want to have to pay an arm and a leg for shipping to order it from Germany, so I found this little place and they didn't have the Caramel Melange, so I decided to opt for the Cocoa Blend. And I do like the formula of that palette's nice, but the shades are not my favorite. Caramel Melange is a little more warm toned, it's a little more my speed, so like I don't need this eyeshadow palette, but it is really pretty. And I do think the quality of Zoeva shadows are really nice, especially for the price. And I'm really excited that they're being carried at Ulta now, so more people can test them out. Oh man, my throat right now is killing me. I have been talking for way too long. So I think I'm gonna wrap things up here, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this sale, hearing my recommendations / my opinions and what I'm planning on picking up. Definitely be sure to leave a comment, let me know, what are you shopping from the sale? Are you picking anything up? What are you most excited about? Or are you feeling pretty lukewarm about the whole thing? As always, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will consider giving it a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support and your feedback, like, so much. And if you want to hang out with me again, you want to see my face show up in your subscription feed, then click that subscribe button before you go if you haven't already. On that note, I have to clean up this giant mess that's in front of me and get going. I have to be at the theater before 5 o'clock and it is 3:41. I have too much stuff to do, not enough time. At least the mower stopped mowing, you know, just in time for me to finish filming. They're done. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a great start to your September, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.